Alright, let's suppose we wish to now label the graph that we have created. Now in this screen you can see that there are two lines drawn from these two equations. Now I wish to label this according to the guidelines. Uh, what we want to do is we want to put these equations next to their respective graphs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the equation and copy the equation. Next I click on this graph, and once I click on this graph you will see that the drawing option comes alive. If I click somewhere else, then the drawing option goes away, then it's not active. Once again I click on the graph and the drawing tools come alive. Then I click on this text tool here. This is called the text tool, and with this text tool I can create a text box, small text box, just like we have in Word. I create this and I paste the equation inside this text box. Now that I have this, I click somewhere else. This is the equation that I've just pasted. I click on this again. Now I can resize this text box the way I want to. Once it is done, I can move it around. I bring it close to the equation that I want to name. I leave it here. Next, I want to now put an arrow, let's suppose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the style of the arrow first. This is for choosing the style of the arrow. This is the best style that is possible. You should use this one. And next I use the line tool. Okay, I click on the line tool and then I bring a line from here to this line, and now if I let go of my mouse, the arrow will keep moving around. So what I need to do is I need to rest the arrow on the line and then right click. I right click and now the line is rested. Okay, once again I choose the second equation, okay, and I right click and I copy this. I click on the graph, then the drawing tool comes alive. I click on the text tool to create a small text box. I then control V in it to paste the equation. I click somewhere else. Now this thing is like a text box floating around. I can resize this and then I can choose the style of the arrow which has already been chosen. Then I click on the line tool and I put an arrow from the equation to the line, and I try to ensure that the two arrows that I've just the two arrows are parallel to one another so that it looks neat and tidy. I bring it close to the line that I want. I right click and the arrow is created. So this is the way in which you should label the graph.